That is a very, very weird noise. That might actually be my dehumidifier. Let me unplug that. Has it stopped? Can you hear me now? Sorry about this. I've done this in a while. Has it stopped? Can you hear me now? Sorry about this. Oh man, I think I have my sound on. All right, let's see here. Oh man, I think I have my sound on. Sorry about all this. I have not streamed in forever, and having to figure it all out again. Sorry about all this. I have not streamed in forever, and having to figure it all out again. Okay, so I need to turn off the volume on my phone. Sorry about all this. All right, can we confirm that this is all working now? Just sound off in the chat. No weird background noise, no whatever. I mean, you can all hear me now? Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thanks, Skeety. There is quite a bit of stream lag. That's to be expected. All right, so after all the technical difficulties, what we have today, and I'm probably going to just move the camera a little bit right here, is we have some stuff that I got at the Goodwill outlet. This stuff is all seemed to be in working order, but some of it's a bit dirty because, you know, Goodwill outlet, what you gonna do? Hey, Nerf Dog, welcome in. So we got things like we got a X-Shot Barf Bug Attack Rapid Fire. I have not had one of these before. It's got a really nice, comfortable grip. Very smooth trigger pull, too. But, yeah, it's got quite a bit of dirt on there and leftovers from a price tag on the cylinder. So we're going to have to clean that up. We've got, finally, I was very happy to find this. We've got the Double Jolt from the Scavenger, but obviously it's got some dirt. And I'll probably want to give this relubrication. It's going to be kind of a pain. I got to take out that pin there. We've got some stuff that only just needs a little bit of a light wipe down. We got an X-Shot bipod. We got another one of those X-Shot clips. I now have 2 of these clips, but none of the blasters they go to, which is very, very annoying. I need to get one of the blasters sometime. I got one of the scopes from the Busby Predator. I actually have my Busby Predator somewhere over there. I have the scope for mine, so now I'll have 2. Yay. We got a random PVC joint. I don't know. This is the Goodwill outlet. I just grab stuff that I can possibly jank. We've got, obviously, the good old Maverick. Trigger pull is a little bit sticky, but it does still fire properly, so we're just going to give that a nice clean. Same with all of these Tech 3s and whatever. Yes, Scavenger Jolt. Hey, Grim, welcome in, welcome in. Yes, I do love the grip too, Nerf Talk. It is very, very nice. We got one of these X-Shot things. It could obviously use a cleaning. The trigger is returning very slowly. It will return if you hit it just right, but it's pretty sticky, so we're going to have to do something about that. Otherwise, this should be a pretty fun one. These are very fun to plink around with. And finally, we've got this wild thing. It's got some cracked stuff off. It says Jaru on here, so it's one of those cheapo knockoff things. It's got really poor quality plastic, and this thing is just wild. Let me pull up ammo. This is actually, for some reason, barreled in hyper. And it's a shotgun. You load 1 in each barrel, and you pull this out. I think it's supposed to have a spring return, but something was rattling in there. You push it back in, and it fires them really poorly, which you can probably tell, because this thing is like, this is the cheapest at the cheap dollar store stuff. But it's so weird that it fires hyper. Yeah, it's hyper. Like, they're really short barrels, too. Like, I'm pushing them down most of the way just by getting them, like, to there. It's wild stuff. Ah, shot myself. But, yeah. It's, of course, not intentionally, but they're such short barrels, and it just happens to be the right diameter. So there is that. So we got a whole bunch of our tools here. We got some white lithium grease, because that's all I have at the moment. We got some Clorox wipes and some paper towels, so we can give these all a good clean. Let's start out with the good old Maverick, shall we? Let me just get all the rest of these out of the way. And we can open her up and start cleaning her out. Let's, I think I've got it on right. Yep. Good prices? Oh, very much Nerf talk. I got these at what is called the Goodwill outlet. That's basically where all the stuff that doesn't sell or just was like too broken goes. They just put it all in all of these bins, and you can root through it, and just they charge by weight, by the pound, and it is dirt cheap. I got all the stuff that you saw on this table and a whole bunch of other just random stuff for like $6, like 6 United States dollars. It was dirt cheap. It's basically this stuff's last chance at being used, because if it doesn't sell within an hour, all the stuff that's left over in those bins just gets trashed, basically. But it is a magical, magical place for people like me, because I can get just random tubes. I'll actually quickly go get a couple of the little tubes that I found that were just sitting in the bins that came from who knows what, because they turned out to be very, very useful. I got these 2 tubes. This one has a stopper in the middle, but I can drill that out, and it just so happens that it is perfect for front-loading ultra barreling material. And this tube is actually the same outer diameter and inner diameter as faux barreling. It just doesn't have any of the rifling. That'll also be pretty useful for ultra in a sealed breech. So these were literally just random tubes that were in the bin. So these probably cost me like a penny or something. Silicone-based lube will be a lot better, Nick. White lithium is a horrible, horrible lubricant. It will eventually rot and leave marks places. It works well for it's like a temporary solution. Like this, if this is all you have, it is better than nothing. But after a few years, you'll start to notice it's dried out. It's pretty disgusting. It's a very thick lubricant, but it does do its job at least. So, ooh, going to a Goodwill tonight, huh? Good luck, Nerf Talk. Hope you find some really good stuff. Hope you find all the $2 strifes and all the vintage. I know that Canada can sometimes be pretty dry for thrifting, and other places in Canada can be just havens of stuff. I know Shaz is always getting all the vintage and all the Crimson and Gear Up Recons where he is. So I guess it just depends where you are. Tends to be that way over here too. So, like, especially during the summer for me, the thrift finds tend to dry up a bit, just because people are less likely to want to donate Nerf toys during the summer, because they obviously will want to use them. During the winter, that's when it really starts working. People don't use them during the winter, so they're more likely to donate them and less likely to purchase more. All right, that should be all the screws. Yep, that's all of them. Good old Maverick. Yeah, we definitely got some dirt in here, but I think we can dispatch that rather easily. Let's take out the plunger system for now. Yeah, we definitely got some dirt in there. Let's get a Clorox wipe. Found a big bad bow and a demolisher at my Goodwill. Didn't get either, but they were the notable finds I had. Very nice, Grim. Those are actually pretty good finds. I would kill to find a big bad bow. Let's see here. I know the blazing bow is also supposedly pretty cool, although that one's just pull and release. I know they can be fired. They can fire like Mega XL with just a little bit of a modification to that air restrictor. Shut up, clock. Those bird noises are actually coming from my clock. It makes noises every hour, and it's super annoying. let me tell you, the number of times I've been filming a video and the take is going really well, and then that stinking clock just goes off and ruins it. It's, oh man, it's so frustrating. Here, get the slide off. Oh yeah, some dirt in here. Let's get all that out. All that should help it be a little bit smoother. You can dry it off with the paper towel. You actually found a Captain Phasma Star Wars blaster last trip. Ooh, that's not bad. Filming time is 1 minute after the hour, every hour. Ha ha! Ah, yes, that's perfect. Although sometimes that might not be enough. I don't talk about this a lot normally, but it actually takes me a fair number of tries to get something said correctly sometimes. I tend to stumble over my words a lot. The blazing bow is incredibly thick. Is it? I've never actually had one, so I actually wouldn't know. I've seen them in videos. I know Nerf Talk has one kicking around somewhere that he's got firing Mega XL. Looks really fun. Let's see here. Oh yeah. We definitely got some dirt all in the cylinders. It works good with Mega XL. I believe it. I mean, the arrows are that same diameter, so if it could fire those, I have no. There's no reason why it wouldn't do really, really well with regular. What on earth even is? There's definitely some gunk inside of these barrels, but if worse comes to worse, I might have a spare Maverick cylinder. Let me check that actually, just in case. This is the one that I removed the air restrictors from. I have plenty of spare parts. This cylinder has actually had its air restrictors removed and the dead space removed, but I think I need to go back and make it a little bit better. Wish Mega XL had more blasters. Me too, Nerf Talk. That is probably my favorite ammo type that Nerf has made in the last few years. I like it even more than I like Ultra, and as you all know, I'm a big fan of the funny packing peanut darts. Very big fan. You modded your blazing bow to fire Mega XL. Glad to hear that, Grim. It really is a very nice ammo type. Everything should fire Mega XL. I'm a firm believer in that. It's so great. And what's awesome is that faux barreling material, or, well, this is like faux barreling material, but that works as the post for firing Mega XL, so it makes conversions super duper easy, because everyone probably has some recon barrel or something kicking around that they can just instantly convert into a spigot. I kind of wish the undersling on the Moto Strike was Mega XL. That actually would be pretty cool, actually. If it were Mega XL. I'm sure there's a way that you could link up all of the tanks to just one barrel, because they all release at once, right? So it's not like that would cause an issue. Maybe you could make that fire just a single, or maybe 2 or 3 Mega XL if there's space. It could be a cool mod. You modified a Mega Big Shot to shoot gel balls. Really? Interesting. I was under the impression that the whole thing with gel balls is you wanted to have the AEGs with all the high rate of fire or whatever. I didn't realize single shots were really a thing for gel ball, really. Do you know any kind of barrel material for Ultra Darts? Okay, so Ultra Darts are very, very fickle with their barrel material. You have to really have it perfect. I have drilled out 1/2-inch PVC with a 5/8 diameter bit, and that will work for a front-loading barrel. Sealed breech is a little bit more difficult because you have to deal with the glue around the head, and it has to slide pretty well through the entire thing. Faux barreling can work, but it's very loose. I actually made my own barrel. Let me grab that. This is a blaster. I don't think I've actually shown off on the channel yet, but this is Buzzbee Night Attack that has been converted to Fire Ultra. This is actually the pump from the AirTech 2000, and I have actually drilled it out and sanded out the inside very well until it is the exact diameter to be perfect for Ultra. It is that was a painful process, but it did end up working pretty well, and this thing Shoots pretty well. It's got like a 5 kilogram spring in it, and it's shooting about as hard as the stock Ultra Blasters, but it is shooting laser beams. Especially with this bad boy right here, the Ultra Mini Turbine Scar. Thanks, Alex. But yeah. Hey, Luke, welcome on in. Just talk about that Ultra real quick. Back to cleaning. Get another Clorox wipe out. Lots of dirt in this poor Maverick. We're going to get it all working now, though. Take out all these screws and give the lubrication it needs on the trigger mechanism here. And if anything's broken in here, that's okay, because I have parts of like 2 or 3 of these just kicking around in the bin. So that'll be fine. Yeah, there's air. There we go. I mean, this is dirty, and it takes a little bit of effort, but it is so worth it for how dirt cheap I got this. I'm trying to rebarrel a Nerf Cyber Strike Auto Grip for Ultra, but if it proves too hard for me, I'll probably try another ammo type. I very much approve of that. I can't remember. I think the Auto Grip, that might have been chambered already in Vintage Mega, so you might be able to get away with just removing the dart post. That works for some Vintage Mega Blasters, but not all. I know it worked for the Tech Target Blaster, and it worked for the, what's it called, the Lock and Load, but some didn't, like the Razor Fin. The barrels were both too wide and too tight in different places, and it just would not fire Ultra, so that's why that one I permanently converted to Fire Elites. Let's see here. Definitely a healthy amount of dirt. It's okay if a little is in there in the corners where it's not affecting anything. Let's especially get the outside. Oh yeah, there was some disgusting crap on there. Let's get all that off. Hey, Grims, welcome on in. It was, but I want to give it as much of a chance to be good as possible, so I'm going to rebarrel it. That's fair. That's fair. Not much harm can probably come of modding it like that anyway, because any mods you do to it, you can probably just shove CPVC down it if it doesn't work, and rebarrel it for regular darts. So, hey, that sounds pretty cool, and I very much approve of other people trying to do cool stuff with Ultra. So yeah, we've still got a little bit of dirt in here, but it's not in the actual mechanism. So we're gonna leave. We're gonna call this side good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be as little dirt as will make it actually, work. Oh, we've got apparently a dead spider nest or something in here. How did that even get in? That's like this is on the inside of the shell. Like, how did they even get in here? I guess they crawl through the holes in the slide. Yeah, yick, nasty stuff. Trying to get cloth down in there is kind of annoying. I would take this to the sink, but that's probably not worth the amount of effort for how much dirt is in here. I've seen much worse for pure dirt content. The Rapid Strike that I painted and modded recently, it was so disgusting inside when I got it. You're on a brief vacation. You think you brought maybe one shirt that wasn't a Nerfer's merch shirt in my luggage. Lol, that's awesome. I'm actually wearing one of KT's shirts right now. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but I am wearing the Family Foam Sport t-shirt. Yesterday I wore one of my new merch t-shirts. I have a merch now, by the way, if you didn't see the community post. I sell shirt. I uploaded the design, so you can get it on like shirts and mugs and stickers and whatever. Yes, it is you. It is you, KT. And very much like these shirts, the company that we all went with, they have pretty decent prices, albeit some pretty high shipping, but the quality on the shirts is really high. I'm very happy with how they turned out. And it was super, super easy to set up. Move this Ultra Mag. Don't need that here. Yeah, all that dirt out. had a long strike in your garage sale for about 2 years, picked it up to see if it still works, and a black widow crawled out of the barrel. Long story short, the spider now owns that blaster. That is, ooh, that's a yikes. You might want to just, I don't know, fill the tub with water, stick it in the tub, make the spider come out, and then you can kill all the spiders or whatever, drown them, something. I'm sure there's a way to save that, but that is very, very unfortunate still. Yikes. The shirt you got from Grimm's is pretty high quality and survived you modding while wearing it. That is very good to hear. I will say I've had one of the shirts that Vile put on there, the Triad Poggers one, for about a year now, and I wear it just about every week, once a week, because that's about how often we do laundry here. And it's lasted. The design isn't like fading or anything. It worked really well. Thank you for posting that link, KT. Thank you. Because I can't really get that right now. So I don't have any like bots or anything to take care of links or whatever, unfortunately. I'm not that high tech. Let's see here. How much dirt? There's still a little bit of dirt in here, but it'll live with just a little. I just wanted to get most of it out. It's cool wearing shirts from people you know. Oh yes, I would have to agree. Oh yeah, you had the Triad Pog too. It excellent quality shirts. Very, very happy. Very, very happy with that. You've been wearing it like a normal shirt for a while, but you're setting most of your Nerf shirts aside for filming now. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I just wear all of my Nerf shirts. Well, before it was just the Triad Pog. Now I've got mine, yours, and the Triad Pog. But yeah, I just wear them as normal shirts because they're really comfortable and I like them. I mean, why not? I also try to wear them to events. I've been wearing the Triad Pogger shirt at the SDNC last couple Park Wars. That went pretty well. Let's get some the residual dirt here out. Let's get it off of especially the trigger mechanism because that was a little bit sluggish. Just a little bit. I think once we add some lubricant in there in the rotation mechanism, it should work great. God has arrived. Oh boy, we got Brezzy in the chat. Welcome in, Brezzy. Yeah. Oh yeah. You got the 500th jersey, right? Because you were gonna attend Dispute Pro Tour. You don't own any Nerf shirts yet, but one day, hopefully, yeah, you should totally get some Nerf shirts. Definitely. Totally. Buy my stuff, obviously, and other people's stuff. Buy KT stuff too. He does cool stuff. Yeah, there's just a little bit of dirt in there. I'm just gonna use this screwdriver. Doesn't want to come out. For sure. All right, what's left? Okay, there was a little bit of something there. There we go. Get this back plate. Just making sure it's all good. Okay, we can probably start trying to clean some of these parts and then put it back together with some lubricant in there. There's a little bit on the plastic here. Can probably shave that off. When your next meme shirt from Bobo's line and Grimm's shirt arrive, I'll take a photo of them all together. My direct shirt really only gets used for sleepwear. The quality wasn't near the rest, sadly. Oh. Grimm. Yes. I know Grimm just recently put up some merch. Yeah, you had some shirts that are super uncomfortable to wear when going to bed. Yeah, that can happen. Some shirts are better than others. What I really hate is sometimes when they have a tight neckline, if you sit on your shirt, it can sometimes start to feel a little uncomfortable on your neck. Really annoying. I'm cleaning out this Maverick to have as part of a reference collection or to use for another Rev Mav. I just like to have Mavericks. I actually only had one yellow Maverick left because I've painted some, and obviously one became the Mayfly. But yeah, I really like the yellow, so I just wanted to pick it up. Plus, you know, it would have literally gone in the trash. Perfectly good Maverick if I hadn't picked it up, probably. So I was glad to find that. Let's do that. Not too much dirt in the rotation mechanism. Let's get that all back in there. The spring. I think this is the spring for the button here. I think it is. We're gonna go with that. Very professional here. Let's see here. Oh, wait, I need to put the trigger back in first. I am stupid. Okay, where's my white lithium grease? Oh, boy, this poor Maverick. The issue with the Drax shirt wasn't the comfort, but rather it was done by them, so the print quality on the logo was pretty bad. Looked like it was already used for years almost. Ouch! That's a real shame. I'm sorry to hear that. Expect that of Drax quality there. Hey, Chris. It's going pretty well. Thanks for stopping by. I'm just cleaning out some thrift finds from the Goodwill outlet to make them all less full of dirt and smoother operating. Some of them have sticky triggers and whatever because, you know, dirt from the Goodwill outlet. That happens. Just add a little bit of white lithium there. Add a generous dollop to the little nub for the rotation. All right, now I gotta get it back in with the return spring here. Hello, significant. I think I pronounced that right. If I didn't, let me know. I am horrible with pronunciation. You'll send a photo of the view from your hotel later. Good to know. I'll keep a lookout for that. Yes, leave no blaster behind. Unless it is ridiculously overpriced. I don't actually go to regular Goodwills anymore because they have jacked up their prices beyond what is sane. It is really quite disturbing how much they are charging for some things now. Probably in Vile server. Yeah, I'll take a look in there. Let's see here. What have we got? Am I missing something? Nope, I'm not missing something. Okay. Let's just get some of these screws here. Screw these back in. I try to use the electric screwdriver to unscrew things, but I don't like to use them to screw things back in. I don't want to strip out my screw posts or over tighten anything. And I especially like to back thread. For those of you who don't know, back threading is this great thing where you turn the screw the loosening direction until you hear it click, so you can make sure you get the screw back into its original threads. Because if you don't, and you take it in, if you put it in and take it out too many times, and just keep making new threads, eventually you'll just strip out your screw post, and it won't work anymore, and you'll have to get a thicker screw. So always remember to back thread. Very, very useful trick that not enough people know about. Just gonna put some extra little bit here on the rotation. There we go. That's got plenty of lube now, I think. I'll put a little on here because that part won't contact anything on the outside. You don't shop at Goodwill because their prices are high. I don't support Goodwill because they do some pretty horrible things. We are not the same. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I do. They also do some of that, unfortunately. They do some of the bad. Okay, I should probably clean out this plunger tube, but this one I can probably get with the Kleenex instead of the glasses wipe. I don't want to get all the Clorox juice inside the plunger tube too much, if that makes any sense. Clean all the bits off of the catch notch. It should still be working when I put it together, because it was working before. It was just a little sticky. Oh, I forgot about the muzzle. Actually, oh wait, this one's still working here. All right, let's clean that off. If there was a Goodwill near you to not support, you would not support them for both reasons. That's completely fair. Completely fair. I honestly prefer to go to the local thrift stores that I have, because not only are they run by really, really nice people, but they also have much lower prices, and they're just very nice places in general. Love supporting that. Yeah, there's definitely a bit of something. I'll just put that with the knife. I don't know what that is, but it is chipped or something. Worst comes to worst, I might actually have a spare Maverick muzzle that I can just replace that with. That annoys me, actually. check the bin. Spare Maverick motor. Maybe I don't. Huh. Could have sworn I had one spare. Guess not. Weird. We'll just have to live with that. It's been up to 10. Pretty good for an unannounced, unscheduled stream. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I am very bad about scheduling these things, so I'm surprised anyone shows up at all. Thank you, KT, for being willing to moderate this. Very helpful. Very, very helpful. Apparently, Goodwills and thrift stores in your state send blasters to the dump on their arrival. What the heck? Why on earth would they do that? That is horrible. That's just wrong. But seriously, what on earth? That makes me very, very sad. Let's give this some white lithium here. Is my camera slipping? Yeah, my camera's slipping a little. Let me take care of that. Ah! I'm gonna have to unplug this. I had my iPad here. Oh, wow, it's already down to like half battery. I'm going to have to plug that back in a second here once I take care of this. Ow! I am really clumsy, for the record. Like, really freaking clumsy. Now I have to grab that block because that was helping to prop this up. The lovely high-quality streaming content that I put out, boys. Very high quality right here. There we go. This thing loves to start tipping over after a while, and it's actually really, really annoying. There we go. That should hold for now. But yeah, I'm gonna have to plug this back in before the battery just completely craps itself. My extension cord is not happy about this at all. There we go. All right, back to the Maverick. All right, I don't really want to take this apart to get all inside of it, but we might have to. That's going to be yeah, there's some gunk inside these barrels, and that's actually really not wanting to come out. That's really annoying. I might honestly, what I should probably do is I could see if maybe the top of one of these, I could just swap that piece, because the rest of this thing looks fine, just not the orange part. And I know it's a separate piece, so I could probably replace that. So let's not bother trying to get all of that out when we have spares, and it doesn't want to come out as is. I need to get something to pry with here, something that's a little sturdier, maybe some pliers or something. Remember, kids, never do literally anything that I do at home, because it's probably the stupidest way to do it. There we go. I think there's supposed to be a spring in here somewhere, but it's oh, there it is. There it is. There's the spring that goes in there. Is this camera slipping again? Just a little bit. We'll have to do. That is indeed a shame, Grim. That really saddens me. So we can just popping in to say hi here at work. So it's literally just a hi low. Well, thank you for coming to say hi, Axel. Very nice to see you. Okay. Now we can. Oh wait, I can probably get this from the front actually. I need to. There it goes. There it goes. Okay, so the barrels come with that too. Okay, interesting. They're not separate pieces. Oh, all right. Let's see here. So, yeah, we'll just leave all the dart pegs in there. We don't really need to modify this at all. There's nothing down there worth messing with. So we can just see, what do we want to do? Do we want to get this one off of this weird painted one? Yeah, it's a little beat up, but so is the rest of this Maverick, so it'll match. Yeah, some of that's going off. We will go ahead and grab that off of the spare cylinder. Just remember, kids, that any messed up air tank blaster can be a plastic explosive. Let's endeavor to not mess up air blasters in that case, because Brez is actually very correct on that. Let's see here. Is this? There's actually some pretty deep scratching in that one. Let's just there's some pretty deep scratches in here, so we're just gonna replace it because I have like literally 2 of these shrouds just sitting here. So why not? So what you're hearing is swapping to your secondary is faster than respawning. That's an interesting way to put it. Very, very interesting way to put it there, Grims. Back to the side, and we can just pop this one right on in. After we just quickly clean this part here, because that's a little dirty. Get all the dirt off there, so it might work all nicely. Great. All right. Pop that back on. Just screw that right back together. Oh man, my camera is really slipping. That is really annoying. Come on. Stay up like you should. Dang it. Need to get a better camera setup. Of all the pistol items you have, which one would you see is your most used? That's a really tough one. I have a lot of pistols. I would say that, like, in a game, probably the one that I would use most is my Pro Mark II. I actually brought that to the SDNC Park War that I went to on Saturday, and it did see some use when my primaries went down, because Yeah, that happened a couple of times. But, like, if you mean, like, for just plinking down here in my basement, that really is a tough one. There are a lot of ones that I use just quite a bit. The ones that I really, really like using are probably, like, the single-shot pistols. I'm really into that sort of thing, so jolts, fire strikes, night finders, all of that. Those are a lot of fun. I use those fairly often. I guess if you count, like, what's it called, the super spamp, if you count that as a pistol, even though it's pump action, which I would, it's pretty small. It's technically kind of pistol-y, I don't know. That one I also use a fair bit. Love that thing. How many people we got? We got 8 people in the chat. Thank you all for coming. Let's see. Where'd that other piece go? There it is. I think that's the one from this. Yeah, that is. Oh, we got 2 different colors of these pieces. I think the black one came from this some weird color, and that's actually like a weird bluish color. That's something. That's really weird. I haven't seen that before. I also haven't seen that. For the little piece here, normally it's just a hole straight through. This one actually has a cap on one end. I have not seen that before. Anyone else have any good thrift finds recently? Have you guys? Let me know. What have you all been finding? Obviously a hammer here. Your personal opinion, the Super Spamp is more of a PDW than a pistol. What is a PDW? I'm not familiar with that term. That should be good enough. Is it all back together then? I think that's back together. There we go. Hello, Bankai7. Welcome in, welcome in. Think stuff like the... Okay. Personal defense weapon. Oh, okay, okay. Let's just have to slide so I can get the return spring put in there. Mavericks are pretty simple inside, but there's always some parts that will try to come undone, especially the plunger tube wanting to not be seated properly, and the return spring going sprawling. I'll just add some lubricant just all over here. Help that out. Add some lube to the top of the trigger, I suppose. Just a tiny bit. Add some here to the catch. Come on, go in. There we go. A little bit of spring rattle area there, but that's kind of normal. As for thrift finds, you found a knockoff night finder that came with the scope. Interesting. Very nice. Weird knockoffs can sometimes be really, really fun. Your stepdad gave you his other son's Maverick, so now you have a Maverick. Ooh, nice. Mavericks. Mavericks are very, very nice. I obviously have a couple here. They're pretty fun. All right, is that all of? Oh nope, we got the rail tooth. Did this need cleaning? Nah, that's pretty clean. There it goes. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Did I clean it enough? I think it's clean enough, probably. Oh, there is a spot there that I would like to clean. Let's just clean that little groove in there. Get some of that gunk out. Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be usable. Dirt gets everywhere anyway, so it'll just get back there if I take it outside. That in. Some white lithium got on the outside of the plunger. Let's just quickly clean that off before that starts spreading. That is another thing that I hate about white lithium, is that because it is a solid white color, if it gets anywhere on the outside of the blaster, you are going to see it, and it is gross. It looks like someone blew your nose on the blaster, and that is not great. All right, I think we can start putting this back together. Screws aren't in the best of shape, but I don't think it's necessary. Oh, you really want to do the flywheel MagFed Maverick mod? Yes, please do it. Make yourself a Mayfly. They are so much fun. Oh, you printed a bunch of the parts of that for yourself. You haven't gotten around to it. It's a good mod. Yes, please get around to it, KT. It is so worth it. I absolutely adore mine. It is so much fun, and I need to use it in a war. But the park wars that I go to, the low FPS cap is like 175, so 130 to 140 doesn't really always cut it. At least not for a flywheel. For a Springer, that'd be fine, but with a flywheel, the accuracy just isn't as there. In parkour, the place where we play usually has a lot of open space, so you really got to have that FPS. That particular screw is really rusted, so we're just going to pretend that doesn't exist and just not use it. Let's just get rid of all these other Maverick cylinder parts. Take care of those later off screen. You recently installed a prophecy kit into a retaliator. You cut the mag wheel off. Of course you did, to see if it would work. It works decently well. You have the stock retaliator spring in it to make the priming easy. A prophecy kit. So is that the... So do you mean the pump kit? The barrel and pump that they make for the prophecy? Or do you mean like a short dart breach or something? And there's you rocking a long shot front gun for your Super Stock Plus events at 165 to 170 cap. Yeah, I very much approve of that, but the problem is the place we play doesn't really have like all that much cover, so using something like that, you would never be able to get anywhere near any of the people shooting back at you. There's just no way, except for the Awfuls round, where that would be beautiful. Are you into any other hobbies than Nerf? I do have some other hobbies, but they've kind of taken a back burner here because I've just been really into Nerf last few years. I do Lego sometimes, and occasionally model trains. That's about it. I really tend to be one-dimensional, so Nerf kind of just took up all of my time and all of that. Okay, the barrel and breech. Okay. I'm surprised that would even fire depending on which one. If it's the really long barrel, I'd be super shocked if that actually fired consistently on stock spring. That'd be very, very impressive. Just grabbing a spare screw from the bin because some of these are kind of corroded, and I'm too lazy to clean them because when I have spares, there is really no reason to. All right, that should be all the screws. Yep. That prime action, the trigger pull is much happier now. Let's put some darts through it real quick here on screen. Got some AF waffles here. All works. It's all clean. All ready to go. All right, I think we should let the chat decide what we work on next. Just put these screws off to the side. We have multiple blasters that we could work on and clean up. We've got the barf, the X-Shot barf. We've got this X-Shot thing, the weird break open pump action single shot thing. We've also got the weird knockoff thing, because I heard something rattling in there earlier. We've also got the double jolt from the Scavenger, and we've got some Tech 3s that we could probably clean. All right, Chad, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Nobody wants to eat an ember. I was disappointed when not all of the Dart Zone darts got named after fruit. Well, I'm sure there's somebody who wants to eat an ember. Someone out there. Okay, with the stock spring and after it hits around 80 FPS, they don't much care for the performance since you're just testing out the function of these parts with the cut mag bolt. Okay. Let's see here. KT wants the Scavenger Jolt. Bankai wants the Scavenger Jolt. Prezi wants the weird knockoff blaster. Grim wants the barf. I think that's BARF, Bug Attack Rapid Fire. It's weird. A pretty funny acronym when you think about it, especially given like what this stuff on the top looks like. That looks like actual barf, so works for me. Yep, barf. Anyone else wanna vote here? Not seeing anything for the Tech 3s. No surprise there. Guessing it's going to be between these three. Currently, 2 people want the Scavenger Jolt. We're probably going to end up going with that. Anybody? Anybody? Any last votes? No? All right. We will go with the Scavenger Jolt. Then this one should be mostly pretty simple. Oh, we've got a... Oh, Grim wants the barf. Grims wants the barf. Anybody else want to be a tiebreaker? Barf or Scavenger Jolt? We're going to do one of those two. We're going to limit it to that. We want the double jolt, or do we want the 6-round funny named revolver that has a really comfortable grip? I really like this. This is actually pretty cool. I'm glad I found this. Okay, Brezzy says Scavenger Jolt. We're gonna do the Scavenger Jolt. We'll do the barf after this one. All right, so this one I can clean the outside, and it looks like this bottom plate is connected to the trigger pin, as well as the stuff here. Yes, I know, KT, I know. I just wanted to make sure, since I know it can take people time to type. We're doing it anyway. We are doing the funny Scavenger Jolt. Okay, we actually do have a little plastic thing right there. Just get that off. There we go. So yes, this gray piece is connected to the trigger pin as well as the 2 screws. So we're gonna have to knock out the trigger pin to get to that. Put K26 in the Jolt. Oh boy, I don't believe it fits. Oh yeah, I should probably I'll add you as a moderator there, Kinetic Turtle. Kinetic Turtle is also Family Foam Sport. There you go. You should be moderator now. Multiple accounts. Go burr. Oh, yep. We're slipping again. We're slipping. Stop slipping, you piece of crap. My iPad is not loving being here at all. There we go. If there is a hole, there is a way. It'll fit. Oh, whoa. It somehow switched you over. You didn't reload or anything. That is wild. I have never heard of that happening. And there goes the paper towel. All right, let's just clean up some of the outside of this first, because there's some dirt all over here. Let me tell you, I was really excited to find one of these. I have wanted one of these for a long time, because they are so stinking cool. I even made my own, actually. Let me grab that, just for comparison. I haven't actually compared them yet. I made this a while back. This is a weird knockoff Jolt that I put a double strike Smart AR on with hot glue because jankery. Because I really liked this, but I couldn't find one. I see mine's actually smaller, and it's actually a little more comfortable because this is just a weird shape with these holes that help it key into the scavenger stock and of course the smaller priming handle, which is also kind of cool. I still love both, and now maybe I should dual wield them sometime for an Awfuls round. That'd be pretty funny. But, yeah. So we got most of the dirt off of the spots that we can get to without taking it apart. Oh, there's a little bit down in there. It's kind of hard to get to. It's okay if there's a little bit of dirt, but this one I care about even a little bit more than the Maverick, just because you know, it's cool and all. Scavenger Jolt. Okay, now we gotta do the horrible things. Oh, it happened once. Almost doxed your real name. Considering you get stalkers and death threats, it could have been bad. Thankfully, the said stream is lost to the net now. Oh wow, that's nasty. Still can't believe I was able to thrift almost entire prophecy for $25. Yeah, wasn't that was pretty crazy? Although it was like really damaged though, wasn't it? The shell was in pretty poor shape. But, like still, that's pretty impressive. It's almost like the time Grimm found frickin' worker internals and whatever at frickin' Goodwill. That was wild. Okay, we gotta figure out how are we gonna get that pin out. Get a hammer or something. This is not going to be enjoyable. I do not like taking out pins. Yeah, it was pretty destroyed. People on the internet do be wild. They really do be. Okay, so the wide end is on that side. Can I just get it out with this small Phillips head screwdriver? Will that just be enough to... Oh, I'm probably going to kill the camera doing that, actually. I'm going to get that pin off screen quickly so that I don't, like, cause the camera to immediately fall off. Because the camera is my iPad, and that's expensive. So I will do this on the floor here. Sorry about this. I just really don't want to have a broken iPad today, because that would suck. I hate these stupid pins. They're so annoying. Sorry about this. Come on, Mr. Pin. Come on, come out. Come on out. Get it? I think we got it. I think we got it, boys. Or at least we got it to the point where I can probably get the rest of it out. Pliers. Oh no. Yes, yes. Possibly soon, maybe. Indeed. I've gotten some rare things recently. That is for darn sure. I don't think I've shown these off on the channel for obvious reasons, but I have some very, very nice recons. No, kill the camera now. Oh boy, gotta kill that camera. Oh, nuts! It decided to snap the plastic instead of coming out on this side. Well, poop. That's well, I mean, it'll still work. It'll just look bad now. Fuck my life. Yeah, that makes me very sad. Yeah, I mean, it'll still work because, I mean, there's nothing functional to that part, but now it'll just look really ugly. I can probably, like, just super glue that. Or even just leave it, because once the pin's back in, that'll hold it. That is a really annoying design, and I hate that. Because, like, that just goes around there, and I see why it did that, because, you know, that's the thick part of the pin, and it just didn't want to rip out. So because it's got the knurling, so it just caught on there, and just instead of coming out, just bent the plastic. Cracked it right there. Yeah, that makes me very sad. Very, very sad. I mean, looks don't matter, but this is not something I was wanting to drink. This is, like I said, I've actually been looking for one of these for quite some time now. Yeah, that makes me very sad. Obviously, the trigger has been yellowed, though. It's strange, because the rest of this wasn't, like, sun damaged at all. Not even the priming handle. I guess it's one of those plastics that goes more easily. Coming soon. Oops, all externals. Oh, God, that would be ridiculous. Okay, so, yeah, just as I suspected, the plunger tube is completely dry. Completely dry. So we should fix that right away. How bad is our plunger seal? That sounds pretty decent. I think we're gonna be good, especially once we get the lube in there. That'll bridge any gap. So we can just, I think all that's left here to do then is just lubricate this up with some white lithium and put it back together. Unfortunately, yeah, that's really disappointing. And really annoying. I hate that design. I absolutely hate that. I do wonder, though, I'm seeing here that you could probably cut it off, like, just right here and just leave the rest of this, and it might actually be more comfortable to hold. But I won't do that to this one. Unless I ever get, like, another one, then I'll do that to this one, because obviously this one's in worse shape. It's got a decently stout spring in there with a lot of pre-compression. Look at all that pre-compression. That's like pre-compressed like all of the way. Yeah, I think once we get the pin back through there, that's gonna work fine. Oh, I should probably put the trigger back in. Well, we're going back in because I did a stupid. I'm very good at doing a stupid. Probably give me your scavenger jolt that you got from the Craigslist. Oh, thanks, Grim. Really appreciate that. You don't have to do that. This is my fault. I should have to live with the consequences. Lol. I should have just left it, to be honest. But I do really hate that design. That is really stupid. I honestly hate the pins in general. Anything that requires a pin to work is a pain. Bolt sled pins are the worst because there's like no good way to hammer them out without like a special like bend or whatever. There he goes. I can put that in a little bit further. How do I get that in? Because this piece just wants to bend away instead of letting the knurling in. How do I get that in? Come on. I get it the rest of the way. Yeah, so it's got a little damage mark there now. It should still be working pretty well. It's got decent barrel fit too, I will say. See how well. I'm actually curious how well this fires because I know there's a lot of variance in how hard jolts can hit. You might chronograph. Give it to me, Grim. Ha! Lol. Let's see here. I don't know how well this will work. This is a Saturnus. Just adjust it for the light that's here, because you got to do that on this one. Let's give it a test. These are really fresh AF waffles. 54. Whoever wants it more. Oh no. KT, do you actually have one of these yet? 54 again. Remarkably consistent. Let's try that again. Maybe that was just an error. 52. Another 52. As Jolt's moderator, I speak for us both and wanted more. I can't argue with that logic. So yeah, 50s. That's actually not bad. Some Jolts have been hitting worse than this, so I'll take that as a win. Other than the casualty. Yeah, that's sad. Maybe what I should do is maybe I put a little silver Sharpie over that to hide the stress mark. It won't be the same shade as the gray here, but it'll be better than the super white. Fight it out. Fight. Oh no. That actually doesn't look so bad. The silver obviously is a little shinier, but it looks a little bit better. A little bit better than the white of the plastic stress mark. That's not bad. You leave the jolts of the world for others to treasure. You try to keep your collection slimmer to blasters you'll either use for events or stuff, or that will later be monitor sold. I can respect that. Shut up, Block. Oh, does that mean we've been going for an hour already? Oh, wow. But yeah, there's that taken care of. Well, that means the next blaster up would be the barf. All right. Yeah, this one's actually kind of dirty on the outside. It's not like actually super like scratched up or anything. It's actually pretty decent plastic quality. There's just dirt on it. With your video style, you're always looking for things that are useful as props when explaining stuff. I can totally understand that. I don't know. Have you actually found any of the scavenger jolts? I know they're kind of hard to find. People find scavengers all the time, which I'm kind of jealous of, but never have all the attachments or especially the joltoid. It's really annoying. It's barfing time, Grim, probably. Oh yeah, all that dirt's just coming right off. Oh, you have a scavenger with no jolt. Oof. Okay. Yeah. It has everything else. Dang. Could have sworn you had one, but that makes sense. Scavengers are like that. So yeah, Grim, I guess there's your answer there. KT wins the battle. I actually don't have a scavenger. I have the light for one. And I obviously now have the jolt, but not the rest of the scavenger. What does Coop think of the Ranger? What one was the Ranger again? I forget which one that was. Is that the weird 5-shot smart AR, or I forget? Let's see. There's some dirt in here, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to reach that, unfortunately. Technically, it just kind of adds to the aesthetic on part of this. So we'll leave some of it. Just take off the majority. That gross stuff. All right, time to get into our barf. Dirt's out of here. Where did I put my tin? Where did I put that? Oh, there it is. It's down on the ground. Why did I put it on the ground? I need that. Okay. Oh yeah, it is the 5-shot IR. Okay. Personally, I really liked the very wide open sights on the Reflex 6. Interesting. Florida man is evolving into Florida dad. He's a dad, but I don't. Since when is Coop a dad? You go through your to sell list of blasters when you're back in your workshop to list in Vile server. I really should get on with getting rid of the rat. You used to buy blasters just to buy them. Oh no, but he looks like he could be one. I guess I can see it. Florida. Amazing. get that one, or is that just too deep? Okay, I think that might be too deep. Or, oh no, I did already get it then. I am stupid. This is the one I didn't get, and now I'm using the manual screwdriver like a Neanderthal. Let's just come apart now, or... Oh, does this clip off in a weird way? Do I have to pry this off? Ugh. Okay. That's annoying. Because I can see there's no splitting line on this. I'm gonna have to just flathead this. Really? Bruh. That's a certified bruh. I swear if this breaks. How do I get that apart? Come on. Oh, aha, aha. There we go. Oh, that just comes right off. Okay. That's kind of nice. Oh wait, I probably shouldn't do that when it's apart. Okay, there's a tiny bit extra dirt that I can just get off right there. You feel that? You've definitely narrowed down the scope of things you'll buy, trying to get down only one of everything I don't need for specific game types or for modding. When you started out, you'd buy almost anything at a good price. I definitely feel that one as well. I'm still prone to buying anything at a really good price, but I've definitely had to slow things down recently. I actually donated some blasters that I wasn't using because I'm actually rapidly running out of space down here. So anything that is total junk that is even junk for me, which means it's usually just weird stuff that's not weird enough for me or something, I just kind of want to get rid of it. Did I miss a screw? No? Okay, this should come apart now. If my wet hands would allow that. Oh, I should probably just wipe off the underside of this. Back to the side. I'll clean the cylinder once it's out. So I'm gonna do this here. Yep. We got some dirt in here. Yep, for sure. Yearly, you go through. You've always been in the mindset of if I buy a lot or a blaster, I need to get rid of some stuff later. Yearly, you go through your collection and sell stuff in a big lot that contains stuff you don't use or need. Ah, I see. One of the only harder to find things I haven't gotten yet is the original X-Shot Max attacks. The originals performed awful and were yellow and blue, and the mags were also X-Shot darts only. Oh, is that one of those weird mag-fed ones? Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I've seen those, but I haven't ever touched one. They're just wild. Wild stuff. This definitely has a lot better cylinder retention than the Reflex 6 has. With the Reflex, it just kind of wobbles around. There's lube in here, but there is also dirt. So we're just gonna research. We're just gonna not research. I don't know why I said research. I am stupid. We're just gonna relubricate this a bunch. You just sold a lot of 10 blasters for $10 to a kid. You look like you enjoyed them, especially for that price. Very, very nice. Coop's thoughts on the Rangers. Basically, it's just an entry-level blaster he says adequately satisfied with. Not bad. I totally understand. Yeah, not wanting to make money off stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. At a point, you kind of have to sometimes, where sometimes otherwise you're just not going to be able to sell it. At a point, it's just it's not worth trying to pinch every penny off of it. Completely get that. There's some dirt just in the cavity of this priming handle, but it's so hard to get at it. Yeah. Is that right? Oh, hey, Vile. Welcome in. Welcome in. Open X-Shot blasters before. You don't recall seeing any mod guides for it. He has some gears in it. Really? And it looks like it's inspired by the Retaliator. There's a 5 kilogram mod spring for it. I didn't realize that was a geared one. Really? That's very interesting. I would not have expected that from from X-Shot, especially with their plastic quality. I wouldn't think that would lend itself very well toward gears. It's very interesting. It's your typical primary and secondary loadout for games. I don't really have I will use the same gear. Like, I have my Talon rig that has a bunch of patches and stickers on it. And I have, like, my Mark II for my secondary. Or I also have a holster that'll just fit any old pistol. And I'll just run whatever as the primary. For most of the lurkies, since you're cleaning up and trying to tape off the pegboard for printing, that's fine. Thank you for stopping in, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Okay. Oh, yeah, definitely some dirt on here. Let's just wipe that on off. Don't need any of that. Yeah, we got the whole house in here. Is there a lot of wiggle room here? Yeah, it should be fine. I could probably put some glue around here if I really wanted to. I don't really have to. A little bit of dirt in the bottom there. Where are all these emotes coming from? Does YouTube just have their own emotes or something that I just never knew about? Because I don't go on here for that sort of thing very often. Why isn't this coming? Oh, there's actual screws holding this one in. Okay, they do. Okay. Where'd that come from? I don't know. I think it's probably like a trigger return or something. I don't know. This one definitely has a much better cylinder retention than the Reflex 6 does. The Reflex 6 one just bobbles around, and it's really annoying and bad. Like, people, they do. They're kind of simple ones? Okay, that makes sense. You just got done editing, gotta add text to the video, and it should be done tonight after I'm done with work. Ooh, nice. Can't wait to see it, Grim. Decided to go on vacation and suddenly surpassed the 100 subs mark. He hadn't really checked it till a second ago, lol. Oh, that's hilarious. Congratulations on 100 subscribers, by the way. That's awesome. I remember when I hit 100 subs. It's a very good feeling. Can't wait to see you get even more. Let's see. Yeah, there's definitely dirt in here. Dirt and sand. Yeah. Someone took this to the beach, I have a feeling. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Still worth buying, though, because it probably costs like 50 cents, if that. Need to review the Ace you recently got. Oh, you bought the Ace. That's the new Elite 2.0 Jolt. That's it's basically just a Stinger with a different top shell, from what I can tell. It looks like it's the same core. Yeah, there's a ton of dirt in here. I get. Oh yeah, the shell does come apart. Okay, yeah, that makes things a little bit easier for part of this. You have a video going live, but tomorrow you have a big spike in mood. You try to record multiple reviews, then save them. You use them if you take breaks or can't film. That's actually a really good strategy. I'm actually really bad about filming things because if I'm not in the mood, you can really tell when it comes out on the video, and I just lose all motivation because it just doesn't sound right. So that's why my upload schedule is really erratic. It was on rollback, so you got it for like $8 instead of the full $10. Since when would the Ace be freaking $10? It's a Jolt, dude. I think the retail that it goes for is like $4 or $5. one point, I would have 2 or 3 weeks of content scheduled in advance. That's really smart, KT. You hate typing? Oh, I hate typing on my phone. I recently got my first phone, which is right here on camera, obviously. And getting used to typing on such a tiny screen is a nightmare. Trying to get into the habit on TikTok as well, just a bunch of drafts. Haven't seen anyone go over this issue yet. PSA that applies to a bunch of the current rival stuff. Reviews on the rival Fate. What's the issue that you found on the Fate, Grims? What'd you figure out? Trying to beat you into making a video like you did for the Flick Fury. It's a joke, guys. Oh no. PC Master Race. Shut up, Vile. You haven't recorded much because you lose motivation quickly and there isn't much for me to record at the moment. Yeah, I feel that one, Grim. I feel that one too. I also lose motivation rather quickly. I almost started working on a pocket-sized pistols video for all the jolts and micros and whatever that are on the market right now to give a purchase recommendation, but I just completely lost all steam on it. Hello, Joshua. Welcome in. Need to do a video on the arcane build you did on the Fortnite Flare, but you can only publish it next month, really. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I saw what you did with the Flare, and it looked really, really good, Grim. I can't wait to see that video. You have a sample size of 6 Fates, and your friends in the area all reported on it to you. What is this issue? I'm very curious what it is, because I have a Fate, and I haven't really had any issues with mine. Other than that, sometimes, like, if you leave it for a while and you go to prime it, the first prime, the breach won't eject, but if you just nudge it, it will, and it'll start working again. That's about all I can think of. You mentioned it further up in the chat some. Where is it? Did I miss it? Where did it go? I don't see it. Did it not send? Oh, there it is. I don't know how I missed that giant message. The issue is they come factory unlubed. Interesting. Mine had lubricant when I got it. That's very strange. Most tested in under 200 shots. Shoot out their O-ring and dry out. Relubricating it after that seems to fix it. Don't lose that O-ring. It's the one that seals it. Very interesting. I had not. Oh, do you mean the breach having that? Not the plunger? Because the plunger was lubed on mine, but I don't think the breach was lubricated on mine. You might be right on that. Oh, under lubricated. Ah, okay. Okay, mine seemed to have a decent amount of lubricant. That's weird. Okay, yeah, the breach. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think the knockout was probably the same way if you were to do that. That makes sense for a pusher breach. Because technically, I think that is counting as a pusher breach of some kind. Okay, so you need to work on your NES Zapper build. Oh yeah, you're doing the Xavier mod with the air tank or whatever. Okay. I should warm up the hot glue. And I should give this a better air seal just by sealing off any edges around the plunger tube, because I'm not going to remove the AR from this or anything. I just kind of want to get it sealing really well. Just check and make sure my iPad is still charging, because my extension cord's really screwy, so sometimes it can lose connection. So saw someone selling a Zapper mod at FoamCon. Kind of wish you bought it. They do seem kind of cool, I will say. I have no love of video games, really. I was never into that, but like I can still see why that would be like really cool, especially turning it into a blaster. That's a genuinely cool mod that I really approve of. I love seeing people shove internals into things that never had them. Yeah, that's a pretty decent seal. Other than that, the one issue, you love the Fate. It reminds you of a modern lock-in mode. Now I just need to get one and take half darts. I don't see the comparison to the lock-in load quite so much, but it is a very, very nice pistol. It's got a very comfortable handle. It's one of the most comfortable handles I have ever felt. Like, genuinely, I love the Fate. It's one of my favorites. Whoa, that's wild. Now you got to check yours. Oh, yeah. I'll have to check mine, too. You watch the video, but have you found that problem with all three models? All three? You're going to say the heck word. Don't you dare, Bradley. Don't you dare. Let's see. What goes there? Oh, does it have... Oh, okay. It has one of those plunger return springs. Got it. That might have been missing. That or it just went sprawling. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, how did this rotation go back together? Oh, that's a little sticky. Ew. Sure that can't clean off. I don't want to have to gooby gone this on stream, because that'll be annoying. Hopefully I can get the rest of this off then, just by violently scrubbing at it. Yeah, it does look some of that is coming off. Okay, I won't have to get out the gooby gone then. That's good. I don't want to have to get that out. Each has its issues. The Vision seems fine other than the bad ergo. Pathfinder gets underlubed and its mag breaks causing Jam City. What happens to the mag? It seemed just fine to me on mine. That's really weird. Only mags you can take other than the one is the 7-round mag, which works. That is not true. Grims. There are 2 generations of Rival Mag. They changed the design of it very, very slightly to stop them from working with the Dart Zone Powerball. The Gen 1 version of the Rival Mag is the one that will not work. The Gen 2 that were released in the last few years do in fact work, and I have them. I can confirm they do in fact work. So it's only some Rival Mags that have an issue, and you can fix that issue with like 2 little slabs of plastic. I've done it on all 3 of my Gen 1 magazines. And actually, that's because the mag that comes with it is actually the same mold. It is a regular 12-rounder, just with a different bottom plate. It's the exact same mold as the Gen 2 Rival Mags. Kind of want to get the newer Rival stuff, but never really found a reason for one other than the aesthetics being cool for paint jobs. That's fair. I will say that of them, if you're going to pick up one, pick up the Fate. It's easily the best of the 3. Because you can do so much stuff with it, and it's such a very nice pistol. I absolutely love mine. It is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. It's one of my favorite direct prime pistols. Hey, Gargunkel, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see here. Now I gotta figure out how this dang thing goes back together. Dang it. The tab that locks in the balls gets stress marks. And then it lets multiple balls up, causing the breech to hiccup a bunch. When it jams, the barrel is hard to unjam due to its length. Oh, dang. Yeah, that does sound pretty nasty. It's quite unfortunate. What are you doing to my barf? Okay, what I've been doing here is these are all finds from the Goodwill outlet that I got yesterday. What I'm doing is I'm going through them and fixing them up, or rather just cleaning them up. They all technically work. This fabric had a sticky-ish trigger, and now it's cleanish. We cleaned up the scavenger jolt, and unfortunately managed to put some plastic stress on here that I covered up with Sharpie because it cracked because of the stupid pin. This bottom cap here that normally screws off is also connected through the pin, and it's really annoying. But we've also got some other cool stuff. We've got one of the X-Shot single shot break action things with a sticky trigger. We got some Tech 3s. We got this really wild thing that Shotgun's Hyper. It's a Jaru thing. It's so cheap, and I can hear there's something rattling in there, so I'll get a fun one to attack. But right now, we're just cleaning out this barf. Had some dirt in it, and we're lubricating it. And I'm also going to hot glue. Actually, my hot glue gun should be all warmed up now. And we're just going to hot glue around the thing here. Brezzy, why are you spamming emotes? What even are those? You need to publicly record, or you need to probably record audio segments about the Pathfinder going those issues since you found them out post-recording. That one may go up in 2 weeks. Okay. I'm interested to see how that turns out on video because I'm curious about that because I have a Pathfinder and it seemed fine to me. Let's see. Hopefully this doesn't interfere with any of the shell. I probably should have checked that first, but I am not that smart, so we're doing this anyway. Just going to add all that hot glue around there because there's no reason to go in there. I have no intention of removing that air restrictor. There's no need to. It should work fine. Let's see. Always got to have the hot glue. Okay, so this piece goes somewhere. I already forget how to put it back together because I'm talking and whatever. Seriously. So the cylinder goes there. Rotation teeth will want to be there. Where's this go? Where's the return go? Really? Does it go this way? I am with the Pathfinder. Your sample size is 4 separate Pathfinders. They took a while to do that, though. Each was running in a nerf arena. See it as a peek into its later life. Okay. It gets sped up in the arena. I understand that. I remember I was talking with Diesel one time. He worked in nerf arena as well, and it can be like that where they get used just so much that aging process is just completely sped up. So where does this attach to? Where does that go? There's a couple of nerf arenas running a bunch of new rival. If you want some more data, you could reach out on Insta or something. Yeah, I think there was a rival arena I had seen something about somewhere. Forget where. That'd be a good idea. Let's see. Where do you attach? Do you attach? Oh, okay. Oh, it goes to this screw post. Okay. Okay, that makes sense now. That gets covered when you put this up here. I should probably lubricate this a bit, though. You don't work for your arena. You just work closely with them, occasionally help fix stuff and recommending stuff. You just have club events up there for a discount. Oh, nice. Nice. That's awesome. You still need to finish the BA Nexus build. What's that? What's that? All right, you're home from work. Welcome back, Nerf Talk. Welcome back. Let's see here. Badass show. I don't know why. I'm sorry about that, Garfunkel. I don't know why it tried to censor you. I will have to take a look at the settings that it has for the chat. That's really annoying. How dare you stream while time at work? I'm sorry, Gopher. I'm sorry. Check it out. I finally got a barf. Now I see where that grip from the hot choc that you gave me came from. Really, really nice grip. Got to go in 15 minutes for appointment and thrifting. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you for stopping in. Good to see you. Let's see. Got to lube that up. Giggity. Let's lube up the catch. You've had the stream on while playing Bloons TD6. Such a nice evening for me. Glad to hear this. This was a good evening for you, Luke. Oh yeah, it's 3:30 for me. I don't know what time it is for you because you're in the UK, but I'm sure it's a lot different than mine. I'll just put a little bit of lube on the underside here. Just a tiny tad. Really, really nice trigger pull on these. Okay, so that's where that one comes from. Okay. $20:31 UK time. Trying to convert to military time in my head to figure out what time that would be. I think that's like what, 8 o'clock, 8:30. I think that's pretty late. So yeah, that would be evening for you, wouldn't it? Oh, so that's where that. Okay, that's a trigger return spring. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Come on, get in there. Okay. This piece. Okay, I can get some lubricant on here. Is this where the party is? Hello, Teacup. Hello, welcome in. Good to see you. I wouldn't call it a party, although there's a ton of lubing going on. Jokes or something. I don't know. We're currently cleaning out and relubricating this BARF. That stands for Bug Attack Rapid Fire. Weird acronym, I know. Because I got it from the Goodwill outlet, and that means dirt and disgusting. You just washed out the dye. Your head smells like strawberries. Oh, lovely. That's something. Put these tiny screws back in. It's a party about to get started. Got it. Foreplay first. You decided to work from home today, and by work I mean not work at all. Sounds like a pretty good day, Teacup. Sounds like a pretty good day. Those really are the best of days. I just double checking that my hot glue isn't going to cause any interference. It might, just a tiny tad on the rotation mech, but we might be able to get away with it. We'll find out in a few here, I suppose. And my catch spring just went sprawling under my chair. Great. Looks like there's supposed to be a tiny spring here, but that's lost. So we'll grab one from the bin. I always kind of... It's kind of weird how the catches in this one worked, I think. Oh, that is different than what it is in the Reflex. Okay. I like that. That's actually pretty cool. I like how that slides along the slot. I would lubricate that, but that part's going to be visible when I prime it, so it's going to get white lithium everywhere, so I should probably not lubricate that. Hey, Shy Guy, welcome in. B645, hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Everybody else be getting off work or something, because things are heating up in here now. Let's see. Okay, so where did I put my little baggie of springs? Check your DMs on your phone, Joel. I can't right now, Brezzy. I have YouTube open to see the chat. I'll check it later, though. Nah, that's too long. I just have a bag of random springs. You have a barf in storage somewhere. You've been meaning to make something silly with it. I approve. Silly is great. You started mowing the lawn, and then it started to rain, so you didn't finish. But work was involved earlier. So I mean, hey, the rain just actually that's better because then the grass will grow from the rain, so it would have just grown right back, right? In theory. So it's better that you waited to do the lawn mowing, right? Stream count is at 10. Oh yeah, it is at 10. Yeah, everybody's coming on in. Thanks for coming, guys. I think that's the highest we've had it all day. Because unscheduled stream because I'm very, very amazing at scheduling. Nah, it really needs it. Okay. Well, hopefully the weather cooperates soon for you. That'd be great. I'm sure. And I lost a little spring down in here. And unfortunately, my nice screwdriver doesn't want to magnetize anymore. It used to, but it doesn't anymore, and I can't figure out why. Is that spring going to be too fat to work, or I think that'll work. Yeah, that should help. Maybe I should actually make that a little stronger, though. Actually, yeah, I should go for something stronger in there, just because that'll help beef up the turret seal. Are these pen springs? Is that any good? A little bit long. I got a bunch of this one type of pen spring because I gutted like a bunch of the same pen, or maybe it was a mechanical pencil. See. Oh, the bolt action one. Okay, that makes more sense. Why didn't you just say that? Now I remember what you're talking about, Brezzy. You just found the scavenger jolt. Awesome. Can't wait to see that in some of KT's videos. Let's see here. I think that's all I have to do in here. There's a little bit of a sticky spot left on the turret, but I can get that later with some gooby gone. Don't really want to do that on stream because I can't, because it makes a big smell. I'd have to go outside. Yes, KT. Brezzy has been attempting to make a Nexus into a Jurassic Pro, essentially. I'm surprised. I think it was actually working for him, too. My little bud Jolt having a stream. This is nice. Glad you could be here, man. It's great to see you. Let's see. I think that's it. I don't think there was anything else in here that needed lubrication. So I think we're good to go. Let's close it all up and screw it back together, I guess. Oh man, this chat is what just, I don't know what it is. I think it just really hates the word ass. I'll have to mess with the settings later. Sorry about that. Probably over the Jankass knockout I acquired years back. It's something I use quite regularly at locals right now. Oh yeah, knockouts are the best, dude. I love those. I actually have a couple of them. I've got one that I put an inline clip on. I've also got one with a cool revolver front end and one of the Demolisher rocket ones. They're fun. I'd rather not spend $65 in tax on a flimsy stocked blaster that looks uncomfortable. Yeah, the handle on the Jurassic Pro just does not look great to me. It looks blocky. It looks like a Roblox blaster, to be honest. Yikes. And yeah, the stocks are really flimsy. I know Diesel managed to snap his on stock spring, no less. put in these last few screws, and then we'll give it a test. And if it works, then we can put this weird glue thing back on. Maybe, I don't know. It kind of looks okay without it, but like if I don't like it later, I can just take it off again. It's not that hard. Just have to pop the one tab now that I know how to do it. People like the Dino Sniper. Using it over time aggressively will have the grip rub your hand raw. Your friend learned this the hard way at his first war. Ouch! You can nest most of a Maverick spring with a barf stock spring for an okay boost. Good to know. I think I have some Maverick springs in the bin. I'll probably look into modding this some other time. The rotation definitely sounds like it's taken some extra effort. That might be because of the hot glue on the plunger tube, but it's still manageable, and I can hear that has a much better seal now that I hot glued the end of the plunger tube. Relubricated. That does a whole lot better. Okay, you need to go. Thanks for the stream. Take care. Have a very good day, Nerf Talk. Thanks for stopping by. All right, let's give this crony test. I think that could be kind of useful. Let's get some Venture Force waffle head darts out and see how hard it's hitting. Should be doing pretty well. It's got an okay size plunger tube. I don't think it's as big as the Reflex 6 one. At least it didn't look like it to me in the 2 seconds I was in there. But it should be doing okay. That's not as fresh a dart. Let's get a fresher dart than that. That's better. Let's get the crony back out. Let's take a look here. 67, 78, 72, 81, 75, 75. Okay, that's actually pretty decent. And the hot glue. Oh no, the hot glue. There's now hot glue on this dart head. We got a modern glue dome, boys. Just kidding. That works pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that. If I ever have to ride for like a Nerf battle, if some kids ever want to play, this will make a good loaner next to all the millions of Reflex 6s I keep hoarding. This goes on this way. There we go. Yep. Like it. Definitely love that grip. That's a pretty nice grip. It's got a weird ledge here, but other than that, it's pretty great. Oh, we're at 13 now. Oh wow. Can't believe all y'all tuned in. Now, let's have a poll here. What do y'all want me to work on next? The weird X-shot, single shot, brake action, pump action thing? Or the really, really weird El Cheapo 2-shot hyper pistol? Or at least unintentionally barreled in hyper. It's like, got a very, very short barrel. And both of them fire at once. Oh, you want the Tech 3. Grim wants the Tech 3s. Ah, why did I keep doing that? I forget these bounce right back at my face. I am very stupid. And I can hear there's something rattling, but it still works. Okay, I'll put the Tech 3s up here. So we got 1 vote for the Tech 3s. So I also have some Tech 3s here. Brezzy wants the X-shot thing. All right. Any other votes? The weird knockoff hyper thing, okay. Now onto the blaster you can get at dollar store. Catch you all later. See you later, Gargunkel. Thanks for coming in. We got 2 votes for the. I assume that sorry guy, what you mean is you want this one. That's 2 votes for this. I see Grims wants this as well, so that's 2 for the. Where's that 2? Nope, just 1 for this. So that's 2 for this, 1 for this, and 1 for this. So I think we're gonna go. To the weird knockoff blaster. Let's see what horrors beyond comprehension are inside this poor thing. And if I can even get the dang thing open. It's actually not too dirty. I'm not seeing much dirt on here, just this 25-cent sticker. It says a lot when this was at the Goodwill outlet, meaning that even 25 cents couldn't make someone want to buy this hyper knockoff. Yeah, it looks like everyone wants the hyper knockoff. It's probably not like supposed to be hyper, but that just happens to be what it fires because it's way too wide for standard ammunition. Tech 3, that's 2 votes for Tech 3, 3 for this. We're definitely going with this next, I think. Gotta go, sorry guys. All right, see you, Brezzy. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see, this does have screws. It does appear also to have a couple little solvent welded little caps, but those will probably break off easily. I'm sure this will end up just getting broken by the end. Now this, is that a tactical rail? Is that straight up a tack rail? Or is that, I think that might be too thin. It's just weird stuff. Oh, right, I don't have to use that anymore. I keep forgetting that I have this nice electric one. Really short screws, wow. I have no idea what we're really going to find in here, other than I can hear rattling. Now, I should be able to get this apart if I get this bit off here. Maybe what I'll just do is just, like, either try and pry it off, or, like... Oh, yeah, that'll just pry right off. That one came off anyway. Can I get the other one off? Without shattering the entire blaster? That'd be nice. This is actually, like, really cheap plastic. As you can imagine, just by looking at it, you can tell what kind of blaster this is. Oh, I'm just bending that. Like I said, it's cheap. Trash. You're gonna find trash. Dead bug inside. Trash to the trash. Yes, if this just ends up being completely irredeemably bad, which it kind of is, it'll probably end up just getting gutted. But I figured I'd give it a chance, just because I don't know. Yeah, this one doesn't want to come off with a simple pry. So we're just gonna, since it already has one orange tip, we don't need 2 orange tips. So we're just gonna kill it. Look how easily that just sliced off. So I should now theoretically, yep, be able to. Okay, so there's a spring in here. Where would this even go? What? There's already a torsion spring on the trigger and catch. Is it just free spring? Okay. Okay, so it appears... Oh, man, that lube smells bad. Eee. So it looks like we got 2 very slim plunger tubes. What even? These work as barrels for Ultra. They might, actually. Unless they're too super thick. That would be actually really funny. That'd be funny. These just were instantly like ultra barrel or like hyper barrel for all of it, even the plunger tube. Okay, definitely too tight for ultra. Let's get out on the hyper rounds. Let's see if this is like hyper barrel all the way down. It's hyper barrel all the way down. You're gonna head out for a bit, gonna drive to work, and then you'll watch the stream during work. All right, see you in a few, Grim. Thanks for stopping in. So it appears that the plunger tube is just about the same diameter as the actual barrel. No wonder this thing is so anemic. That's actually a pretty decent spring load, though. I'll say that. Can the plunger actually go back in, please? That'd be nice. Very tight seal. Now that the rattling's out, that's just really interesting. Really gross stuff. Jolt's mission for the ultra minority to become ultra superiority. Pretty much. So let's take a vote here. Do you want me to put this back together now that we found the random free spring rattling around in there, or should we totally just gut this for parts? What do you guys think? Trash or treasure? Got it. Vile says got it. I saw that coming from a mile away. You got everything. Now I know what one of the triggers you sent me was. You gutted one of these poor things. Luke says gut it for hyper stuff. Luke says mod it into something. I think that we can take mod it into something as including modding these barrels to make something shoot hyper unnecessarily. So I think we're gonna choose gut it. There's not very much in here to gut, but we're going to do it anyway. Because this shell is actually like total shit. It is horrible. Big screw. There will be bloodshed. Yes. Ugh. Ugh. I'm gonna have to hold this with just like an actual like Kleenex here because the lube in here is so gross. It's like some of the lube that Hasbro has been using recently. The stuff that's like in the SMG Zesty is just disgusting. It smells horrible. I don't know what they switched to, but it's just horrific. So I don't think we're going to do anything with this shell literally ever. The handle isn't really that comfortable and the plastic quality is awful. So I'm going to do something that I very rarely do. That's going in the trash. We'll keep the trigger and all the weird bits inside, but the shell is going in the trash where it fucking belongs. Let's see here. Ooh, we got another screw or two on the priming handle. Ooh. Nicole Drek mentioned some blasters were coming out of new factories in India. All of those ones stunk bad. Not all of them stink bad, but a lot of them do. And yeah, there are a lot of new ones. They have recently switched production of a lot of things to India. They actually have a complete, like, some different variants of blasters now. Like, the Alpha Strike Stinger actually has differences versus the old China one. It's got like a different priming handle and stuff, and a different plunger head design. It's really interesting. And I know that they did a new run of like the Strife that was from India, and I think even like my Mediator might be from India. Let me check that actually. It might be. Where was this one made? Where's the made in blah, blah, blah label? Yup. This Mediator has been made in India. And it's actually like a newer one. I got this in an Amazon return store, and the orange is actually a darker orange. And it was returned because the quality on the magwell insert was so bad that it couldn't click in quite all of the way, and it wasn't therefore deactivating the lock that stops you from priming it with the magwell installed. So that's why that was at the return store. And there's actually a little mark here from someone trying to get it to prime from the jam door. But yeah, the orange is a lot darker than the other ones I've had. Very interesting. You want to know if they dared to touch the stripes inside in the new Indian one? They did do actually some small changes. If the way that you can tell easily from the outside is they actually have the newer non-sprung tactical rail tooth piece. They updated the molds. We're just gonna put all of this to the side, and I will just sort that into the bin later. And we'll move on to whatever's next. Okay, what should we go to next, boys? Should we do what do we got left? We got the Tech 3s, and we got the X-Shot thing. I don't think there's going to be much to do on these Tech 3s. They all seem to be in pretty good working order. They're pretty clean. Actually, yeah, there's not really much to do on these now that I think about it. If anything. These are like really clean. You heard the new Ultra Strife thing is bad. It's actually not that bad. The Strife. The speed, the full auto one is pretty iffy because of the new mag design, but the Strife is actually a lot of fun. It has some accuracy issues, as usual, with the Ultra Flagulars, but it's still fun. Let me pull mine out quickly, because I have one. Where did I stick it? Other than your mother. I will say, especially with the locks removed, this thing has a really smooth trigger pull. It's actually smoother than my amp with the locks removed, so that's pretty nice. It's actually pretty comfortable. I really like it. It's just the focus with more barrel, pretty much. But like I said, the rev trigger is not the rev trigger. The main trigger, it's actually a lot smoother, and the battery tray is a lot better because the amp one is really hard to get batteries into for some reason. This one doesn't have any issues. I will say it's way overpriced though. All right, just gonna take it. I guess it's time to go eat. Gotta head out. Had a great time watching this stream. Joel, thank you for attending this stream. Grims, thanks for stopping by. You have a good one. Get that food. I think we're gonna do this X shot thing, and then we're gonna end the stream here after we finish this one. Because we've been going for a while now. Pretty in green? Yeah, it would probably look pretty nice in green. It's got a lot of good lines. All right, I gotta figure out how to get this apart. I think that barrel's solvent welded. Oh, and I probably didn't need to undo that screw. Yeah, bits of price tags. Yeah. And see, this is one of the older ones. I wish it was one of the newer ones that the white and blue. The white and blue look really nice. I think there's the newer mold. I used to have the Ninja branded one, but it broke within like 10 minutes of me getting it from Target. That one, the plastic quality was really bad. I think there's supposed to be a stock on here, isn't there? There's a weird like end stripe looking lug. But obviously that is not here. So choppy. I don't know. I actually really like this one. So I'm actually wanting to get it working because I was messing with it. It's a really fun plinker. I'm adding it to my list of ones to try and hoard. Right next to Jolts and Night Finders. Okay, that's a really simple setup there. Okay, so we just gotta... the trigger was not wanting to return. How long do you think this party is going to run, Mr. King? I was going to end after finishing up this, unless I can figure out another project to really work on. Because we've already been on for a couple hours now. But I might keep going, depending on what I have to work on here. There's always something I could do. Let's see here. What do we do in here? Okay, so there's the priming mechanism. Got a little bit of dirt. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, now I remember Vile was telling me about this. I think I actually have the guts of one of these. Then, shut up, clock. So I know I have the trigger of one of these somewhere, I think. Let me pull out my bag of triggers. I have a whole bag literally just full of triggers. Because that one isn't returning very well, so maybe what I should do is just replace it with the one from in here, if I'm remembering correctly, and that's what that one was. Maybe. So I definitely have the plunger system from one of these sitting in here somewhere, for sure. I can tell. All right, let's just put back in all the ones that we know aren't it. if I have one, it's going to be in here. Yeah, they changed the stuff on the newer ones. Yeah. I don't know. It might have just been because it was the ninja themed one and they skimped on the quality for that. Because, I mean, it was pretty suspicious how low quality it was. I haven't played with any others, but I haven't seen people complaining that they were that bad, like on YouTube, when people show that one off. Aha! Aha! It is. It is orange, too, which I actually prefer. I like my controls to be orange. Now, is that one gonna return better? It doesn't have a return. That'd be why it wasn't returning very well, because it was missing the return spring. Well, we're just going to put the rest of these triggers all back in here. Triggers and switches, too. We've got, like, mag releases and whatever. Parts bag. Yeah, this is my bag of triggers and buttons and whatever. I keep those separate because they're pretty useful. Seriously. I have so many just random spare parts now. Thanks, Vile. Hopefully Vile's responsible for these two. These I think this is from the one Dino Squad one. Where do all those parts come from? Well, not all of them came from you. A good number came from you, but not all of them. I have a whole bin of blasters that I have just murdered over the years. But yes, a lot of these came from Vile. Thank you, Vile. They do come in handy for something. Obviously, because I have a spare one of these figures, which means you little bastard, you gutted one of these poor things. Why'd you do that? These are so fun. All right. Is there? It's a little dry. Speaking of, you got some parts in from Foam Blast. Ooh, what'd you get? What'd you get? Oh man, there's so much dead space in this plunger head to get that barrel in. It is so wild. It actually makes me wonder how will it do if you were to. I kind of want to get another one of these and mod it to be pushing in the dart the other way, because you can open this up pretty far, and I bet you can get it closed up so you can put a foam pad on here, because there wouldn't be all that much dead space. Orange thumb screw required, plus some mag adapters and a retaliator pump kit. Very nice. Hot glue time? Not quite. I believe this is just fine as is. Ooh, the barrel's even got a pretty good hold on there, it looks like. Yeah, that's got a pretty good friction fit. That's not going to be leaking air anywhere. What I'm thinking for a future, when I get another one of these, is cut off the rest of the barrel and put a foam pad there. And then just make this sealed breech, because then I could fill all of this dead space in the plunger cavity. And this is an okay sized plunger tube. You could get at least a little bit of performance out of it, and it would be pretty fun. Maybe even a small inline clip could work too. That could be a fun one to mess with, because these are actually underrated blasters, I would have to say, because this is really, really fun to just screw around with. So what we were doing in here is we were putting in a different trigger, apparently. And we're going to just put a slight extra trigger return spring just to make sure it always returns, because it wasn't returning before. And we'll add some lubricant. I've been meaning to grab a pump kit for a while now. Yeah, they're worth it. I have one of Worker's pump kits on my Retaliator. They work pretty well. It's a lot smoother of priming than a Nexus Pro, which is why I prefer my Retalicon. A fidget blaster, pretty much. Which is actually really useful to me. I do a fair bit of just plinking in my basement. So this sort of thing, I can play with this all day. There we go. Okay, we're going to put a little spring. Where did I put my bag of springs? My bag of tiny little baby springs. Here it is. Okay, we're going to put a small trigger return in there of some kind. Dump it all out here. Okay, where's a good fit? Okay, I need something wider than that. It's kind of heavy, a little long. Doesn't need to be very, very strong. Maybe one of these AR springs. It doesn't need much. Because this one's a better fit than the original. Tolerances are a little bit looser. Can I fit that around there? Do I need to? Maybe I need a little bit of a wider one. There should be one in here. I should have plenty of air restrictor springs. Because I keep those. I keep everything. Seriously, I have a hoarding problem with some of these internals. Yee. I do hate how the springs all kind of just do this and just clump together. But I can't think of a good way to store them that doesn't make them do that. You need a jewelry separator box to help. Yeah, that probably would help. I'll look into that eventually. I might actually have one of those little divided boxes sitting around somewhere. I'll have to look for it. Okay, that's not wanting to go on, but I'm too lazy to find perfect fit springs, so we're just going to do the fun thing and just cut that. Is that enough for this thing? Yep. There we go. Brick Creative. Welcome in, Brick Creative. I keep everything. Sounds like your Lego collecting and building background might be peeking through. Maybe just a little. Maybe. I mean, it is kind of peeking through. I don't know if you can actually see this, but this is literally stock-ons full of Lego parts that the camera is resting on. This is technically a Lego table, like my Lego building table, but it works well as a workbench for when I need to actually show what I'm doing. I normally just work on the floor, like a Neanderthal. But, you know, it's really hard to set up a camera to see a freaking carpet. So we'll add some lubricant here. The plunger there. And we'll add a bunch of lube all over. Slather on that lube, giggity, to this priming bar, just to give it the best chance of working really well. Especially since it's all internal, so I don't have to look at any of it. Yeah, I don't really like it because it's white lithium, and white lithium is gross, but it does the job. And it's dirt cheap. I need to get some slug slime eventually. I've been meaning to grab, like, the biggest bottle of slug slime I can from Silver Fox. I just need to do it. You know what I mean? Doesn't want to go in. Come on. I need to take this off just to get it to go on now. Really? Oh, there's a bit of broken plastic in there. Interesting. Must be the stopper for the barrel. No wonder this comes out so far. Come on. Stay in there, please. I would like to get this back together eventually. Okay, so I think that goes around that screw post. Oh, I should probably put a little lube on there. Just all the lube, all the land. There wasn't really any dirt inside this one, surprisingly. There's a little bit of dirt on the priming handle, which I'll get in a minute, but not much in terms of nastiness. Okay. So, yes, it would appear that the stopper... Ooh, that's starting to break there. Okay. I suppose that's fair. I'm not even its first owner. So, yeah, the stopper tab. I'm just going to stop that from snapping by just, like, cutting it off so it can't get caught on anything. Because it's okay if this rotates a little bit further than it was intended originally. Like it will live. There's no reason why that should be a problem. It'll just try and prime the blaster a tiny bit. In fact, I'm sure. I wonder. So what are you fixing these up for? Local wars to tell them to Dragon Chicken's new Nerf farm venture? No, not that last one. He can't. No, absolutely not. I'm fixing these up because I just got them at the Goodwill outlet, and they just needed a little cleaning. I'll probably use them for a while, and if I end up not needing them, I'll probably donate them to the SDNC for their raffle prizes at Z13 or something, because that's how I generally get rid of blasters that I don't need. So that way, at least I know it will go to good homes and not just get destroyed by some small child from Goodwill or get thrown out. But yeah, I'm just fixing these up, lubricating, cleaning, because the Goodwill outlet is a filthy, filthy place. Fixing is good. Yes, I would have to agree. Fixing is amazing. I love fixing things. It is one of the pastimes that I truly just enjoy a lot. One of my favorite things to do. Yes, it is. Search and stick for the win. Yes, thank you for that tip. That has actually been kind of useful. I don't have to use it the entire time I'm there, probably because I'm probably like more limber than you and I can lean over better because I'm not old. But like it's really useful for when there's like super heavy fabrics, which sometimes there are. It's the freaking Goodwill outlet. I will say it's always funny seeing like the freaking world strategic supply of VHS tapes and DVDs that nobody wants. That's always pretty hilarious. Also, freaking markers. Goodwills are sketchy in the U.S. Dang. This is the Goodwill outlet for creative. The Goodwill outlet is where stuff goes when it doesn't sell, basically. They put it all in bins, and people root through it, and they charge by the pound. And whatever doesn't sell from that bin just gets thrown out after like an hour or two. So, yeah. It's basically this stuff's last chance at like working. You're at a Lager conference down in Virginia. You're sitting in an airport on your way down. Welcome to the States. Welcome to the States. I assume you're Dan Savard from Discord, I think. You just use it to move like half the crap in the bin out of the way with one push. Interesting. I usually just use my hands for that. I found that maybe I just cut my stick too long. Maybe I should shorten it. Because mine's long enough where I have to be really careful because I can accidentally bonk somebody when I'm pulling it up. (18 to 24 inches). I should measure mine. Mine might be like more like 3 feet, to be honest. Your local thrift stores have a lot of VHS tapes and DVDs, which seem to sell pretty well. You live in a community with a lot of old folks. That makes sense. That makes sense. But like the ones that I'm talking about at the Goodwill outlet, these are like the movies nobody has heard of. Sometimes they're okay movies, but there's no way I'm picking up a DVD from Goodwill outlet. It's probably covered in like freaking gross stuff and it'll never work again. Gotta blow my nose here. Makes it a lot easier to handle. Let me check. Oh yeah. I figured. You really need to consolidate your handles. Yeah, that would probably help. This is why I normally try and go by the same name on just every platform. Makes things easier. Let me see. I think I don't have a yardstick out right now, but I do have a ruler. This is my stick. Oh yeah, yikes! That's way too long. Yeah, I'll shorten that. That's more than 3 feet. Wait a second, apologies. Talking for so long, making my allergies act up for some reason. I don't know the crap that's probably in these things. Oh, that's your name. Okay. Yeah, you'll have a much easier time with a cut down. I will have to cut that down later then, Vile. Thanks for the tip again. I'm sure that will help quite a bit. Let's just get some of that. Oh yeah, there is a little bit of visible stuff on that priming handle. Yick. Yeah, there's just a little bit of external dirt, but there was none on the inside, so that's nice. Just regular Goodwill outlet stuff. Oh, I still have Kleenex in my nose. Haha. Oops. How's the other side looking? Let's get that dirt out. A little bit of dirt at the end. Just dry that off. So I can actually grip the thing. Now you're making you want to research the logistics of Goodwill. The closest thing back home is maybe Value Village. I wonder if they have an equivalent to Goodwill outlets. Interesting. They might. I don't know, though. I don't think we have Value Village where I am, personally, so I wouldn't know. While you're down here in America, though, I would actually say avoid the Goodwills. They have been turning their prices up really high lately. I do recommend the Goodwill outlet. The stuff is usually a lot dirtier, but it's way cheaper, too. All the stuff that I got for the video today, like the Maverick and this Scavenger Double Jolt and the Barf and all the weird random stuff and a whole bunch of other things I got for like $6 United States dollars. It's dirt cheap. Only buy something if you really want it. That is true. That is true. That also works. Like, say, even if Goodwill decides to price it at $20, crossbow would still be worth it for that. They're not selling, then they'll start to cut prices back. That is true. That, or if they just get shipped off to the Goodwill outlet and they call it losses and it gets thrown out and wasted because they're too stupid. Or rather, it just goes straight to you, Vile. They just all go to your Goodwill outlet and they go straight to you. This is the secret. This is the secret plot. Vile is responsible for all the price hikes because Vile wants them all to go to the Goodwill outlet so that he can get them for dirt cheap. Problem is, there's always a parent whose kid won't put it down or eat, or who either doesn't know what they're worth or is willing to pay more for it. Oh, yes, that is the problem. Walmart stuff goes to Ross. Yeah, a lot of stuff like that happens. Sometimes even I've seen their overstock go to, like, Meijer, actually. Meijer sometimes gets stuff like that. Like, they got the Raven Fire at Meijer after Kohl's was done with it. And they did the same with the blue version of the Recon Mark II. Val needs to get an inside man at the distribution center. Just, okay, so all of the Nerf blasters, they go here at the exact time that I come in, you see? You gotta wait to see me come in the door and then immediately put them all out and ready for me to pounce on, obviously. Really, Value Village has been price hiking over the past couple of years. Thankfully, you have a St. Vincent de Paul right down the street that runs as a charity. Got a lot of blasters for $4. Not bad. I mean, you've got people at the outlet already keeping an eye out for you. Nice. All right, is that all the screws? Yep, that is. Definitely a lot smoother prime now. Yep, that's definitely allowing it to rotate further now. But, you know, right at the end there, let's push on the plunger rod. If this were sloped instead of straight, I wonder. I doubt it, but maybe. Actually, you know what? Holy sh... Okay, if I were to take this priming linkage and make it taller, like just put a block up here and a slope here, it might be possible to make this an actual brake action. What am I thinking, Vile? I'm thinking I need more of these. I'm thinking I need more of these because I'm wondering if I were to do a little bit of cutting down here, because there's nothing that needs to go there anyway. I'm thinking you could make this into an actual brake action. Because that bar is already there. And the barrel already rotates right next to there. Hello, you're late. Welcome in, Jazz. So just put like the 4 into a box. Sure, go right ahead. Any of the brake action, pump action, whatever. Newer ones, older ones, whatever. I think that I actually still have the shell that's half broken of my original one. Let me pull that out. It literally like snapped like within 10 minutes of me buying it. It was the plastic quality was so bad. I bought it brand new. Get it out. I have a whole bin of dead shells behind me here. Where's the barrel? Where's the... I'm trying to find the barrel for this one. Somewhere around here. There it is. So as you can see by the hot glue here, just applied the last... Oh, let's see here. Gotta scroll up now. Brake actions are always a blast. Brake actions are always a blast. I really want to use double shot in an awesome round. I think you mean awful round, but yeah, I love the double shot. I've got like 6 or 7 of them. They're amazing. Brake action or brake it drying. Just applied the last layer of spray paint to my cyber helmet. It'll be posted on Discord by the end of the hour. Can't wait to see it. It just sounds like Tilda's crushing all of his other blasters. That's hilarious. It could be worse, lol. Lovely ASMR. Hey, yeah. Welcome in, Chaz. But yeah, this is the shell of the one that I bought brand new from Target. As you can see by all the hot glue, like within 10 minutes of me buying this part broke because it takes so much force to break the barrel open that it just snapped it. Because this one is some of the thinnest plastic I've ever felt, which is a shame. I don't think all of them are like that, and it's a real shame because like I kind of want to get some of this version because like this one, oh yeah, this thing is hot. Like look at this thing. Like it also has like a little tiny short stock that like moves on the trigger pull, but you can remove that. But like look at that silhouette. That is so stinking cool. This one's also pretty cool, to be fair. Just a little weirder. But I do think it might be possible, maybe, to just, like, if you had it at the right spot, to just turn it into an actual brake action. Because I think that would be pretty cool. You definitely have to do... You definitely have to do some work on here. You'd have to screw some things in to probably both the barrel and the little priming mechanism, but there's probably space here, and there's quite a bit of room for this to rotate. I've actually, as a preventative measure on this one, I've already carved out some of the locking lugs here for this, because this one was really hard to open too. And I didn't want this to suffer the same fate as the cooler looking one. So it's a shame. Yeah, but for real though, seriously, this thing with the brake action. Yep, see, there it goes. It's trying to pull apart. Yeah, the lighter blue of the yellow. Oh yes, the blue and white that they do is so beautiful. I actually really love that color scheme. Yeah, I'm looking down here, and like this one, maybe not this one. This one, I think they changed. What did they change on this to make it not as good for that particular mod? I think they changed something on this. So I can see where this would press on it, but it's not. I'm not seeing how it would do it on this one. I think they changed this one too much. More experimentation need to be done with this, but I definitely like these now that I have one that actually works. Because like this is just super enjoyable. And now we should probably see how hard it hits. Let me grab some darts here. Give it a chrono test. That's a used dart. Let's get some newish ones. What's on the bottom of this? Okay. 54? It felt like it was hitting harder than that earlier. 57? Huh, maybe it's not hitting as hard as I thought, but it's still a lot of fun. I absolutely love this thing. Maybe it's just lighting here. 46. It can't be shooting that bad. Yeah, it's got to be doing better than that. It's reaching the end of my basement. Random question for you. How old were you when you completed your first successful mod? Pretty old. I didn't get my first Nerf blaster until 2018. So the first one would have probably been that year. Although I wouldn't consider them successful by my standards today. So sometime in the last 2 or 3 years, probably. Let's see. Maybe it just... what's funny about this is you can literally just use this where you use this to pump it and then just keep it broke open and just, you know, fire it like this. There's no lock to prevent you from doing this. 54. Yeah, that has to be broken or something, or the light level changed because it's got to be hitting harder than that. But yeah, it's actually pretty comfortable too. I like that. And I definitely like having the orange trigger. It makes me happier. Oh yeah, super fun stuff. Super fun. Get another one and upgrade it. I want to get more of these now. I am hooked. Back when you were 12 or 14, you tried modding a night finder using a YouTube tutorial, only to realize your night finder wasn't solvent welded and the one in the tutorial wasn't. Oh, or yours was solvent welded and the one in the tutorial wasn't. Most likely the one in the tutorial was as well, but the weld had actually dried out because they do that. Sometimes they break over time. It's weird. For instance, let me get my triple torch out. Actually, that's what I should be working on. There we go. That's the next project. We'll keep the stream going and we'll work on the triple torch. But this is the triple torch. For those who don't know, this is a really old Joltoid blaster. I think it's the third one that Hasbro made after the Perceptor and the Razor Fin. But this is normally a solvent welded blaster. If you take off this back part here, the dart holders or whatever, there's this cap here, and it's normally solvent welded, and you can see where it was welded. I was expecting it to be welded, but when I got this in the mail the other day from Chaz, thank you again, Chaz, it was already broken. Like, the weld was already broken, which is perfect, because I can actually get inside this thing without murdering it. The barrel is still welded to this side of the shell, but with that being able to come off, I can get inside here. Now that we finished the X-Shot thing, I completely forgot that I needed to get inside of this. So we're actually going to open this bad boy up and work on it some more. So I've already started working on it, but I didn't finish because I had an event to go to. So I actually used the event in its current state. It's only firing like 50, 60 FPS. You're kind of happy it was broken open for easy maintenance. Yeah, me too. Because yeah, I would definitely it makes my life a whole lot easier. So luckily this only has like 4 screws. I actually replaced one of them. You were scared to try and open and lube up yours. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's also got a skirt seal, so that might be where I'm losing some of my air seal. I also have already, as you can see, I've already done a little bit of work, but I might undo some of that work just to redo it even better. We'll see. Because I was worried. I think most of the work that I need to do is with the spring and the seal in the plunger. I also want to replace the trigger spring. The trigger spring is super weird in this one. Look at that. That's super bent up and destroyed because of just how it has to bend in this thing. Like, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but the posts in there just don't really line up very well, and it's kind of sad. But I might have to undo some of this glue work to get this out. Oh, never mind. Never mind. It's good. It's good. It's all good. So we are going to clean off that white lithium because unfortunately that's all I had. But yeah, in your experience, the yellow night finders with the yellow logo haven't had solvent welded caps, haven't had solvent welds compared to orange logo. Interesting. I did not know that. Anyone who loves vintage might want to look away now, because yeah. I did this before. I can do it again. There we go. That comes off like so. And then this should. There we go. Yep. Comes off just like that. Don't want to do that too many times because that's probably eventually going to snap something. One of the Hasbro engineers saw how easily people were removing the ARs and passed a note to their overseas manufacturers. I wondered who, but some of them, to this day, it's really inconsistent. So I think the Fire Strike ones are not welded, but like some other ones are. It's really weird and inconsistent. So I forget what this spring was from, but it didn't really work too well. This is actually the stock spring. It's a really weird metal. Like if you run a Kleenex over this, it'll actually catch on the metal because it's a really rough surface. And it's actually too short for the blaster. It had spring rattle. So that's why I was experimenting with a different spring. So we're going to take this spring off and not use that. We're going to use something else because that one wasn't quite doing it. I think it was too weak. What is this spring from? Is this the same spring? Do I finally now know what this spring is from? Because I just gutted something with it. And then forgot what that thing was. So now, crap. This was from something. And now I don't remember what it was. What was it? Where did I get that from? I don't know what that came from. Huh. Oh, it was a Dark Snake Hyperfire. There we go. That's what it was. How much stuff do you buy from the thrift store? As much as I can, usually. But sometimes I leave stuff behind if I like already have that thing or don't really need it. All right. Let's see. So what I probably want to do is mess with the skirt seal and the spring load. Let's see here. How long is this spring? This looks pretty heavy. Oh yeah, that's pretty beefy. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. That might be that might be a rival spring, and it's a little bit longer. It's a little bit wider too. Yeah, there's definitely space in there for it. It's not too much higher frequency. So that should be able to fit in theory. Plunge rod's a little chewed up, probably because the spring. That's actually something I kind of hate on here, is that the spring that it comes with is like really, really, really thin, so it can actually chew up the plastic of the priming rod. Really annoying. Next time you go to the thrift store, you can look for guns. Blasters, please, that are usually expensive, so you can get good deals. Oh, yeah, that's a good plan. I don't recommend buying Nerf like full price. That's bad. Full price bad. Oh, allergies. Oh man, that's nasty stuff. All right, some of these springs can go in the bin. We're not putting the K26 in it. We're not putting the funny spring in it. So that should give it some oomph. I think this went on this way. Probably. Okay, now I need to figure out how to make this seal better. $6 Siege 60 at Value Village, across the street at Walmart at $60. Lol, that is funny. That is really funny. I'm glad you got a good deal on that. All right, I don't have to do like any airflow stuff. That's already pretty optimized for about as good as it can get. It's still kind of thin, but like, it's not very long either. They did not mess around. This didn't have an air restrictor either, so all I should be doing is figuring out how to make this this seal better. It's a weird nub in here. Got to figure out how I can possibly like get this to seal better, because these are really, really annoying. Like, I can try stretching that rubber, but it's just gonna go right back. Too bad it's hyper low. This is true. Hyper is definitely hyper. It's a thing. What's your favorite Nerf brand pistol? Yours is the Knockout. That's a tough one. There are a lot of good Nerf brand pistols. Obviously, I like the Jolt. Night Finder's pretty cool. Right now, I'm really liking the Fate, the Rival Fate. That one's a really nice one. Let's think here. I'm trying to think of what I can do. Or try it here. Exactly. That's why you still left. You have no ammo and don't plan on getting any. Yeah, that's fair. Although you could have gotten it, and you could have probably modded it for short darts, because they were like a Chronos inside with a geared prime. Right back. Someone's at your door. All right. Have fun answering the door. I guess. How would I possibly? How does this like get in here? So this would be like hitting up to here. So I don't think I can put anything on top. I'm really stumped with this one. Let me check. I don't think I have any spare skirt seals that I could try and transfer there. But I have some broken skirt seals, but I don't think I have any that are like the right size for that. No, not seeing any. Very real person. Welcome in. It's super easy to convert a Rush 40 to 50 cal foam paintballs. Yes, it is in fact the same with the Siege, but you do have to do a little more work. you want the shorter barrel. You can get it up to like 200 FPS with those balls on stock spring, but like they're just too wild at that FPS. And it comes with the same issues that Hyper has, where they're so small that most outdoor events won't let you use them because they just get lost in its littering. Exactly. Very real person. They get just straight lost in the grass. Let's see. Maybe I'll just have to live with a bad seal. I mean, it does have partial seal. I kind of want to try and shove something like inside the ring here, but then like there's nothing to make that stick. That's my problem here. Because it'll just come right back out, probably. There's a little nubbin in there I'd have to cut too. Let's take a look at some O-rings. They are kind of difficult to get a hold of now. They keep getting sold out on Monkey Mods. Yeah, there's this little nub here that's going to stop half of the things that I want to do from working. Which is really, really frustrating. I get a really thick O-ring. Oh, maybe this one will help. I'm actually sure. Maybe a tiny bit. For the stupid tiny nub. Z13 allows them, but that's because it's indoor, so they can just sweep it up anyway. But yeah, very few places really allow them. Where are my scissors? The joys of modding live. Let's check my battery. Is it charging? Yeah, it's still charging. We're good. I'll get rid of most of that. Now, the question is, would that even stay on? I guess that's got a lot of friction. That might stay in. Maybe. We'll give it a shot. We'll do actually. It's a good plan. My slather in enough grease. It's super thick. Maybe it'll just bridge the gap. This is a big brain moment. Gotta go for now. All right, see you later. For creative. Thanks for coming. You haven't made a 50 cal ball yet, but you find satisfying to fire. They're just tiny. You can hardly see them mid-flight, and they hit with very little impact. This is true. Can't imagine you feel them with arm, feel them through armor. Absolutely not. There's no way you feel that. I mostly find it fun when like you load like 20 of them into something. That's fun. I think I did that with my Berzactor and a brass barrel, and I just loaded like 20 of them. So it makes it borderline impossible to call hits. It's borderline impossible to call hits in an awfuls round, so I guess it's possible. Yeah. Again. Lube on my finger. Giggity. Ugh. Spraying them is fun, but I can achieve that with short darts about just as easily. This is true. This is true. Okay, now I need to figure out trigger return. Because that's also the catch spring. Because this one was kind of working, but like it also kind of wasn't. And that was the original catch, so. Time check. The minnow springs. Bag, rather. Ah, I touched it again. So much lube on my fingers. That's the side. I don't need that. Okay, where's a nice heavy catch spring? Heavy are you? Ah, you're okay. I'm finding annoying is that the place of that trigger return is just like completely the worst. I see another spot here that might have used to have been like on a prototype made spot for a spring. Nah, that's not it. Oh, that spring seems to work a whole lot better than the one that came with its stock. It's not making a clicking noise, at least. That's good. I think I will do is, to be honest, all of the mods that are already coming out on it. All I've done to mine is put a little straightener in it to help make it fire a little straighter. But even that I haven't really perfected. There's not really much other than remove the locks that I can really do on there. I do at least have an amp, though. Short darts are cool. This is true. Ultra is also really cool. Those proprietary mags, that's a real deal breaker. At least for me, anyway. The amp and focus are pretty uninspiring. That super high power mod is neat, but you can do that with any Strife Void. That's fair, but the Strife is, you know, getting harder to find. The audio is occasionally sounding glitchy. That's not good. Is that happening for anybody else? I will say that the Strike is pretty amazing. The Ergo is pretty great. And the big things that I think they have over a Strife is, first of all, they're easier to find. And second of all, the trigger pull. The trigger pull, like, when you have the locks in, it's not really as noticeable. But when you take the locks out, the trigger pull on both of those blaster, it's just so much nicer than the Strife one. Like, let me pull out my this is easily the smoothest trigger I've ever felt. It's really hard to put into words just how smooth it really is. It's getting glitchy because we've just been going for so long. Stream pretty soon here after I'm done testing this blaster. We're just putting it back together. We got the cap on. I suppose we could probably, yeah, I will put this back on. Got this here. I don't know how white lithium got on there. Yeah, it's getting pretty bad. Let me check this then. Let me check. Yeah, I have to step on my table to get up here. It's annoying. Tell me if that fixed it. Just resetting the audio. If not, we'll probably just end this for a minute here. But hey, he switched around. I don't know how well that's looking. Oh, priming handle. Oh no. The seal seems pretty matte. Like, let's see here. Yeah, that's still moving up. It glitches right after I saw that. Oh, that's really annoying. Oh man, the audio is just causing all kinds of issues today. Tell you what, we'll stop the stream and restart it for just a few minutes. Don't bother like sharing it anywhere or anything. Well, my triple torch just fell into a Lego. Great. We will stop the stream and we'll be right back.